Last time on the Incorrigible Party. Confiding in Hellcruck, Rumkey tells him he remembers his family during their visit with Frederick Click, while Kylea uncovers evidence of a secret war waged by the Founders against the Giant Folk centuries ago with the aid of the Veritus organization. And Opal discovers that the Stalker's Lodge held a tight rein on the use of the Mineralis flower, still using it to evade predators as recently as 50 years ago. Rumkey, on your way out to track down Nylan Rack. So you just start, I assume you want to head to the Corlers exhibition?
Yeah, that'd probably be the first place I'd want to go take a look, see if I can find the little slimy guy.
Slimy is a pretty apt description of Nylan Rack, absolutely. So as you head out through the city here in the beginning hours of the morning, you're catching glimpses of faces among the crowded streets, right? But faces of members of the Harbane family, your brother, your sister, your parents, as you pass by them. Each of them giving you like a nice smile and a quick nod, but then you blink and their faces are just strangers passing by.
Maybe I did hallucinate.
Speaking of, you had another night of insomniac rest or lack thereof. So you will need to make a Constitution saving throw. Only a DC 10 though, because the previous night you had a drug-induced sleep to avoid a level of exhaustion.
Well, I rolled an 11. Unfortunately, I have -3
because
of my exhaustion.
Okay. You do suffer another level of exhaustion due to lack of no sleep. So I believe that puts you to 4 now again.
I was doing so well.
You were doing pretty good there for a little while, but now you're into day 4 of your withdrawal here. And, your stomach still in knots. You're barely able to keep solid food down, outside of like bread and water. Obviously, you are just racked with exhaustion and fatigue, like the type of, like you're so tiredness that you like feel in your bones kind of thing, right? So you're maybe a little slower making your way to the Corlers exhibition than you might want to, and I don't know if you're feeling a sense of urgency to find Nylan here at all.
I want to really go back and lay down, so I just want to get this done. So I do have my hood up, and since I've read the papers, and I know that I don't want to get anybody looking at me as a little guy with tattoos all over him, so I'm not going to be acting like I'm trying to be stealthy. I'm just going to sort of pull my hood up, head down, and walk right to the Corlers area, where I think somebody like Nylan might be hanging out during the day.
And like I say, like outside of you seeing these now newly familiar faces, like as they change to the strangers' faces, like nobody's really giving you a mind. It's like walking down this street of a crowded street, right? Like generally people don't want to make eye contact with anybody else. They just kind of want to get to where they're going. So it's not like you're getting any strange glances at all, despite maybe some of your descriptions being in the newspaper this morning. But you do hear a familiar face. Mr. Olmach, where to? As Happy appears next to you.
Go away, Happy. I know you're not here.
What do you mean?
You're in my head, I know it.
That's purely semantics, my friend. Hey, what do you say, let's go for a workout, eh?
I'm not up for a workout today there, Hap. I'm on a mission. I got something I gotta do. How about I catch up with you later?
No. Trust me, you'll want to take a trip down to the Balkan Trim.
Why is that, you say?
Well, you're on your way to meet Nylan, yes?
Yeah.
Well, there you have it.
That's where he's at?
Of course. You already know this.
I guess you're right. Okay, I can handle that myself. Thanks for the update.
Well, okay. Just give a holler if you need anything, my friend.
Yeah. Gotcha. Hey, just out of curiosity there, I saw you pointing out my family names, my family and everybody there earlier. You know all of them?
Well, of course. That was quite the ceremony. Very impressive to receive the favor of Clangeddon.
Yeah. Maybe, when I get this thing done with Nylan, you and I can have a little chit-chat, and you can fill me in on some things I might be missing.
Oh, sure, but I can assure you, they're not missing. They're in there somewhere, as he kind of pokes you in the chest.
Do I feel the poke?
You do feel the poke, yes.
Oh, no. Okay. All right. Well, see ya, Hap.
And then he kind of like shuffles into the crowd and then disappears. So you visit the Balkan Trim Gym in the Corlers exhibition. This is, of course, a place that you frequent. And, as Happy was kind of like saying, hey, let's go for a workout, it just kind of dawns on you like, well, this is where I first met Nyland, so it would make sense that I would go here looking for him. So the Balkan Trim, as you know, is a place where it's tough to stay clean when lifting heavy is dirty work, which is, of course, the gym's motto plastered up on the walls inside of it. The Balkan Trim's clientele does include kind of all levels of athletes, predominantly unsanctioned fighters within the Corlers exhibition, but also some general Capians off the street that just simply want to improve themselves, and on a semi-regular occasion, bronze level Brawlers Club fighters will come to the Balkan Trim for a workout. So as you enter the gym, you're hit with that like the familiar smell of sweat and iron, that strange mixture that's off-putting but also familiar and almost like comforting to you, right? You can hear the clanging of heavy ass weight and the surprisingly sweet words of encouragement and cheering on from the fellow lifters with their own little groups. If it's your lifting buddy always saying, let's go, one more, that kind of thing, right? That's the general chorus that you would hear in a gym like this. You would get the occasional head nod or, hey, been a while, from some of the other regulars that would recognize you, even if you're all kind of covered up.
Yeah, I think once I go inside and I see everybody that I sort of know, I'll act like, hey, I'm just back for another workout, like I'm sort of back from a vacation kind of thing, and walk in. Hey, how you doing? Hey, looks like you're bulking up there a little bit, and go over, pinch their arm. Good day, yeah, you're gonna be good in a fight, and sort of be scanning around, see if I can find Nyland.
Yeah, so you get a few like claps on your own back in response to some of your friendly bantering here, and you might ask around to see if Nyland is here, and you are directed to the back half of the building, which is separated by two large sliding wooden doors. And the space beyond it, as you enter, has been changed since the last time you were here. Kind of updated in some ways. What used to house just like basically a simple like mat for sparring, now sports a brand new Brawlers Club sized 4-sided ring. You see kind of off to the wall to your left, like a new set of dumbbells, like the newly minted metal is just like sparkling on this rack. There's about a dozen or so fighters in this training space. Half of them are working out. The other half are kind of up against the wall on your right, over by the ring, like as if they're like queued up. Again, you recognize maybe a few of the fighters in here working out. You definitely recognize Lucius the Ghost Vaslo, the tiefling with pale bone white skin, very muscular. This is a fighter you saw with Nyland Rack outside of the Esoteric Ostrich a number of nights ago when you were out with Happy looking to score and looking for Pickled Perry. You did avoid speaking to him at that time, however, and he was unaware of your presence. There's a number of other fighters here. One you definitely would recognize, Owen the Boomerang King, who's kind of a wiry half-elf. He's missing like the tip, the characteristic pointed ears of an elf. He's missing the tip of his left ear as if it's been like battered or torn off in some type of struggle. But you have fought Owen on a number of occasions, and I believe the last time you fought him, you did lose to him, actually.
I'll probably, I'd walk in and I'd sort of be in shock a little bit, looking around, and I'll start wandering a bit, walk over to Owen. Hey, Boom! What happened here? Did the Balkan Trim win some kind of lottery or something? What's going on?
And he's setting down his weight. Again, he's kind of more wiry. He's not throwing around as much weight as you would for sure. And he's like about to pipe up before he's interrupted by Nyland. Rumpke, Bubby, baby, what are you doing here? As he comes strolling out from like a back hallway, which leads to like change rooms. And you see he kind of circles the ring. Long time no see. I came over looking for you to your place like I told you I would, but it's burnt to the ground.
Yeah, had a little problem. Somebody, there's some arson or something going on. I had to move around. That's why I've been gone a while. I had to find a new place. You know how it goes.
I heard you were dead.
Dead?
Dead?
I told you that.
Oh, I don't know, some roommate of yours.
Oh, Frank?
That was probably his name.
Oh, that's good to know Frank's not dead, I guess. I wasn't sure what happened. I was sort of out, and I came back, and the place was burnt to the ground.
Whew.
Long story short, I've been gone a little while, but actually I came looking for you.
That's great. I still want to talk to you. Look, you're here to sign up. I know it.
Well, we'll get to that. First off, what's happening here? What's the new ring and all?
This is my new training center. This is Rack's training center. All of my hopefuls get exclusive access.
How'd that all pan out for you? I mean, what's the skinny here?
I told you, I've got connections. You certainly recognize Vasla over there, and he kind of points over to a taller female green dragonborn. You gotta recognize Mayhem.
Oh yeah. Hey May. I don't know her, but I'll sort of wave my hand over.
And she is another bronze level Brawlers Club member.
All right, we got someplace we can chit chat here.
So quick to get down to business. See that group over there all lined up? Those are some other hopefuls. And they're all looking to be represented by yours truly. Now, you know that I'm ready to sign you up anytime you want, but maybe, how about you do me a solid here? You want to put on a show for them? I'll show them what a real fighter under Rack's representation is supposed to look like.
Oh, Nylan, I would, but man, I have been under the weather for a few days, and I'm still not fully recovered. And I don't think I'm not in full form, so I get up there and try to do that for you, and it's not going to come out the way you like.
Come on, the Mauler will take it easy on you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really feeling up to it. I'm sorry, Nylan. I just sort of want to chit chat. Maybe we can do that another time.
Oh boy, that's really disappointing, Rumpke. Really disappointing.
I mean, what are you looking for? Just punching the guy a couple times or something?
The Mauler's a new recruit too. He signed up, a few days ago. I just want to put him through his paces with a seasoned veteran like you. Look, he's new to the game, but he shows some promise, and I don't know. I wanted to see how he measures up to somebody of your caliber. That's all. But look, if you're not feeling it, maybe we can talk some other time.
Well, I mean, if it goes the wrong way, like I said,
hey, look,
if you want me to lay him out,
it's just a spar here. First to land 3 consecutive hits takes the prize. That's it. Easy.
All right. Sure. Why not? And I go take my cloak off.
And he walks over to the lined up of the recruits. He's like, "We have a show for you. Meet Rumpke. Come on, hop in that ring. Give it a test."
All right, give me a second here. I go over and I open up a couple lockers and I look for some shorts. And I find some. I just whip off my clothes right there and slide somebody else's shorts on it. They're a little tight, but I get them on. Stretch a little bit. Stretch. All right, everybody. I'm not in full form here, but I'll give you a little show for a moment.
And come on up, Mauler. Let's see what you're made of. And as he calls for the Mauler, you start to hear heavy footfalls echoing from that hallway where Nylan came out. Stomp, stomp, stomp. And the Mauler lets out a snort before he comes into view. And you see a shirtless, broad-chested Manny the Minotaur. You see he gives a beat of his chest twice before climbing into the ring. And he's looking around. He seems much different just in the way he moves than when you last spoke to him. And he seems like he's got some fire in his belly again. He's not really that mopey Manny the hedge maze tender that you had originally met. And he's just kind of snarling and playing up for the new recruits here. And he sees you. "Oh, well, hello there, Rumpke."
Hey, how you doing there, Manny? Long time no see.
"I took your advice and tried out some boxing.
Yeah, what do you think?
Turns out I'm a natural."
Yeah, all right. Good to hear it. So you wanna do a couple rounds? Take it easy on me, though.
"Oh, let's go, my friend."
All right. I sort of hop over and lift the ring, the ropes up a little bit, and yeah, hop in, let him in, and sort of go in behind him, and I walk up to him. I go, "So you done with the hedge maze?"
"Oh, I think so. I think they're looking to fill my position already. I found a new calling, and I owe it all to you, my friend.
Well, I'm glad to see it. I think you're going to do well. I sort of put my hands up a little bit and go, all right. Like I said, I'm not in full form, so, take it easy on me. You're a big guy.
Oh, I think you won't have any problem. Okay, let's roll initiative.
Well, this could have went a lot worse. All right, 12. Oh, no, 9.
Wow.
No, 8.
8. Yeah, okay, so Manny got a 17 for his initiative. So you see, like, I mean, especially the unsanctioned fights, like, obviously it's like bare knuckle brawling, right? So it's not like either of you have any gloves or mitts on, but essentially the way the sparring works is the first 1 to 3 consecutive hits without their opponent landing the same amount wins. And you hear Nyland, he's got a little, piece of wood with a bell mounted to it. He goes ding ding to signal the match. And Manny has immediately got his fists up. And you see, like, his form looks clearly amateurish, but there's like some level of natural athleticism clearly to the way he starts to move. And, like, you've never seen, I mean, I know you've only met Manny a couple times, but the way he kind of moped around the hedge mate, just snip, snip, taking a sip from the fake handle of what you could presume is alcohol inside. He's like, his feet, he's surprisingly fast, especially for like a minotaur his size. Like, he stands, like 6.5 plus feet tall, 4 feet wide at his burliest shoulders here. And he just kind of starts to circle you and, backs up to the rope and then just puts his head down and charges at you with his horns. Only a 17 to hit.
No.
And as you dodge out of his horns, he follows up with a right cross, which is a 24 to hit.
That does it.
Okay, so since you're just sparring, we don't certainly need to keep track of damage, but he's got 1 hit on you so far. Your turn.
Like, whoa, all right. It's on now. And sort of run up and try to gut punch him. That's a 12 to hit.
That is a miss.
All right, and then, 8 to hit. Okay, so my bonus action, I'll give it the old 1-2. Okay, that with my negative would be a 13 to hit.
That hits, yeah. That is your AC. Okay, and as you make contact with him, you see Manny's quick footwork steps in again, and he will use a reaction to attempt a retaliatory gore, and he, like, fleet of foot, like, starts to circle you, and as he's doing so, rears his head and tries to slam you again with his horns. Ooh, that one is a miss, however, resetting Manny's consecutive clock. All right, then that's Manny's turn. Okay, he will again. So he's clearly realizing his horns are ineffective. He can't quite get that running start, breaking. Now within 5 feet of you, he just kind of tries to throw 2 haymakers. A critical fail and I rolled a 1 and a 2 for both of his attacks.
Oh,
so
right.
You can see again, despite how fast he is, it's almost like he's moving too fast for his own good, like as if he's to the point of uncontrollable in his movements. He just swings 1 duck, swing again, your second duck, barely even needing to, as it's like over your head. Perhaps it's the size disparity that's throwing him off as well, but he just completely misses.
So I sort of swerve out of the way a couple times. I jump back and I go, slow down there, Manny. You're going too fast. That's why you're missing. And go at him again to sort of do another gut punch. That's a 10.
That's a miss.
Oh, 1, 2. Oh, sorry, that was a 9, actually. There's a good one. That's 21 to hit.
Ooh, good one, Rumpke.
Yeah, I started getting him in the kidney with my left and sort of pull around behind him, and I'm sort of doing that bounce thing that boxers do. Yeah, all right there, Manny. See? Now, if you just slow down a little bit. I'm down here now. You're going to have to punch down. And
he will use his reaction to attempt a retaliatory gore. Ooh, a critical hit. So he pops you. It catches you with like a side of his long horns. They think of like longhorn bull. Like that's kind of what his horns are. They reach like pretty far out from his head. But he just basically side swipes with you one and then takes his turn and will try to throw 2 punches. 18 and a 17, unfortunately.
You need a 21.
Okay. You're up. You need two more hits here.
I'll sort of back off a little bit, and then I'll look up at him, and I'll say, all right, gloves are off now. And I sort of run up and jump up and try to punch him right between the horns. That's a 20 minus 4, 16.
Yep.
Okay. And while I'm up there, I sort of grab onto one of his horns and then try to punch him right down into the chest. No, that's a 9. Shit.
Well, your initial knock right between the horns kind of stumbles him back, and he kind of bounces against the ropes, coming back into you. And we'll just, again, try to hit you twice. Another critical hit.
Nice.
Followed by a miss, however. So it's clear, it's clear to you, like, you're clearly missing because of your condition. Manny is obviously doing, landing half of his blows because of, how untrained he is, how much of an amateur he is. It becomes very clear. We'll let you take your last turn and complete this round. So go ahead. So you might be able to finish him up here. He's hit you, right, with his crit. You have a reaction to hit back, do you not?
Let's see. When he hits you with a melee attack, you can use your reaction to expend 1 brawling die to make an unarmed attack. So, yeah, I'll use my reaction to sort of hit back at him. That's an 8. Sort of give him a swing, and, a real wide swing, and I just miss him and sort of lose my balance and come back, and I sort of shake my head a little bit. I look around to see who's watching. Is our crowd? Yeah,
you see even some of the other fighters working out have gathered in addition to the new hopeful recruits here. Nyland's still there holding the bell in his hand, kind of waiting to ring it. You see, he's not as impressed as he expected to be at this spar.
Okay, so I sort of I'll take 2 or 3 steps back, and I'll sort of stretch my arms. I go, I'm out of practice, guys. This sickness really took it out of me. All right, and then take a run at him, and then try to punch him again. All right, there we go. That's a 19 to hit.
Yep.
Give him the old 1-2. That would be a 9.
So again, your first hit kind of staggers him back against the ropes. And then as you miss your second, Nyland rings the bell. Wow, what a display here, Rumpke, baby. Thanks so much. Mahler, you're doing great. Next recruit in the ring, Rumpke, you're out. Kylia.
Yes.
You are off to try and see if Zalmo is back, if he's still away. What are you doing?
Yes, I want to go see if Zalmo is back or not.
Off to the castle. You're only here, you were outside around here with Opal a day ago, and you were looking for signs of additional traffic or somebody being around where they shouldn't be, and you didn't find anything then, and it doesn't seem like anything is further out of place than what you had inspected yesterday. I assume you'd be just going in through the nearest section of hidey hole wall within the Wares district, the kind of typical area in which you go into the Desolate Domain.
Correct.
And you arrive at the castle. During the day, usually it's fairly quiet here, as most of the kids are supposed to be out earning the way in which they earn. You find that status quo here today as well. Where do you want to? You just kind of wander a castle, seeing if Zalmo is the dining room and his office.
Yeah, to go to his office first to see if he's there, and then wander around, see if I see any signs of him.
As you approach Zalmo's office, you hear a frustrated grunting, clearly coming from his office. The door is kind of slightly ajar.
I will knock and open it.
And you startle Sasha. She is behind Zalmo's desk. She has what looks like a small paring knife in her hand that she appears to have been stabbing into the side of the desk in frustration.
I do believe that desk is quite dead.
That good one. Hi, Kylia. How are you? What are you doing here?
What are you doing?
You promised not to tell Mr. Zalmo.
What are you doing?
I was trying to jimmy this lock on the drawer.
On Zalmo's personal desk. In his office.
Yeah, well, I figured, he's not here right now. This would be as good a time as any.
We vouched for you. We're the reason that you're here.
I know, I feel... Look, I feel bad about,
No, you
trying
don't.
to use our friendship. No, I really do. I do like you, Kylea. I'm sorry, Look, I was looking for information on my mother.
Why?
Well, I mean, why? I'm an orphan. Look, she went missing a number of years ago. All I know is that she worked for Zelmo, doing something. I thought maybe I could find some record of what happened to her.
Did you try asking him?
No. I don't know that would be a good idea.
Much better idea than trying to break into his desk.
What if I get into the desk, find something about my mother, and then ask him, and if he can tell me more, or if he lies to me, I would be able to tell.
1, you would not be able to tell if Zalmo lied to you, and 2, if he knew you even tried to attempt to break into his desk, that would be the end of you.
Okay, can you just help me? Look, I know you're better at this stuff than I am. Can you help me, please? I don't want to get you in any trouble, but if I'm caught for this, like you said, you vouched for me.
We're not breaking into Zalmo's desk.
Fine. I'll keep trying myself. You see, she's like, jabs the knife into the lock and starts to like shimmy it around.
I will walk over to her and grab her hand to make her stop.
Let go of me.
You are not going to break into Zalmo's desk.
Please help me.
We've tried. You cannot break into his desk.
You've tried before.
Yeah. It's so many layers of locks. You are not, especially with that, you're not going to get in there.
Well, then I'll have to break it open somehow.
Who taught you how to pick a lock anyway?
Nobody did.
Obviously.
I'm learning as I go.
No, you can't use this, and I'll take it and I'll pocket it.
Have you let go of her? Like, I imagine you like grabbed her wrists that holding the knife.
Yeah. And I'll just like, you can't do it with this, and like take it and put it in my pocket.
Well, then show me.
As we said, we can't get into Zalmo's desk. We could show you on a different lock, elsewhere.
Are you lying to Sasha to try to?
Oh yeah.
Persuade her. All right, then give me a deception check here.
15.
Oh, she got an insight of 15. Okay. I guess the tie would go to her, right? Because she's trying to beat your score. So she kind of narrows her eyes at you. I don't know that I believe you. You're very good at this stuff. I'm sure if anybody here could do it, it would be you. And why would you have tried this before? You came in here and scolded me for doing it in the first place. And you say you tried it before? Why?
And got in trouble.
How much trouble?
We were locked out of the castle for a week.
Well, that doesn't sound so bad. If I find the information I'm looking for, I'm ready to leave.
We had nowhere else to go. And Zalmo knows that. Zalmo knows we had nobody. And he shunned us for a week.
That doesn't sound like somebody you should be protecting.
We are protecting you.
I can always go back to Granny Nanny.
No,
she'd take me in.
No, you can't. Zalmo pays Granny Nanny. If Zalmo says you do not go anywhere, you don't go.
Look, she points to the lock. Look, I've already marred it up a little bit.
You know, Zalmo likes us, and I'll gesture to myself. Zalmo likes us a lot and has given us special privileges a lot. And he shunned us for a week. What do you think he would do to you? You're nobody to him.
Is that what you think about the other children too? Are we nothing to him?
All of us included, we're all a means to an end. Some of us he favors more than others. Some of us he barely knows exists. Unless something happens.
I'm pretty sure I fall into that last category. He's barely said 2 words to me since coming to the castle. Like you said, the only reason I'm here is because of you.
And now you've put it all in jeopardy. What can we say to make you realize how serious this is?
You can tell me what happened to my mother. That's the only thing that will make me stop.
Why do you think it's in his desk?
I told you, she worked for him. This was the reason I wanted to come to the castle.
What would he have that would be about your mother?
I don't know, some type of records or something.
I'm going to look around the office. Is there any kind of like bookkeeping or like file cabinet or anything? Something clearly labeled past employees?
Nothing like that. The bookshelves are like we were here with Opal, and she was looking around. It's mostly like historical texts and a very small section of like, Brothers Grimm type fairy tales. Doesn't seem like there's anything like that. You do find a few house records, like maybe a record of castle expenses.
I'll grab that and look at it. It's just like quickly look through it, see if there's anybody's names or anything. And while I'm looking, what was her name?
Lillian.
Lily. I'm scanning pages.
In this ledger, there are no names. It's literally just basically like tables of expenses for around the castle, like the amount of food that's brought in and how much that costs. The strange thing, though, about this book to you, Kalia, is that it's all expenses. It doesn't track any money coming in.
Notice that and be like, huh. And I'll look on the bookshelf where I saw that book and see if there's another one that looks similar, just to make sure I didn't miss it or something.
Okay, why don't you give me an investigation check?
17.
You don't see any book that would be like a duplicate of the one you found, or like a similarly bound book. The rest of them do have titles on their spines, unlike this kind of ledger that you've grabbed. So no, you don't find like the other half of this, expense equation.
What did your mom do for Zalmo?
I don't know. I was so young. I only just remember her mentioning his name a few times. It's such a unique name. All I know is that she disappeared one day, and that's how I ended up at Orlo's orphanage with Granny Nanny.
I'll put the book back, make sure it's exactly where it was before, so it doesn't look like it was moved. Well, tell you what. Why don't we ask Zalmo for you?
Well, are you able to tell if he's lying to you?
Sometimes.
Well, what if he lies about her and then you can't tell?
Then we'll deal with that then.
Okay, thank you, Kylia. I'm sorry if you feel betrayed. I really do want to be your friend.
We understand. We miss our mother, too. It's been a very long time since we've seen her. But really, you can't be in here.
Okay. I have to get back to my duties anyways. Otherwise, Zalmo really will be angry.
Yeah, you won't like him when he's angry.
So you'll come back in a few days? I don't know when Zalmo's supposed to return. Do you have a way of contacting him?
No, that was actually one of the things we wanted to talk to him about. He left before we could, though. None of the kids know where he went or when he's going to be back?
If anybody does, nobody's said anything to me, and you know how they talk around the house.
Yeah, you would have heard. Okay, yeah, we'll come back in a few days and see if he's here, and when he's back, we'll talk to him.
Okay. Thank you, Kylia. And she, goes to hug you.
Okay, I'll hug her back.
And then she will leave Zalmo's office.
And I will leave a note for Zalmo. I think there's already a note on the desk, isn't there? From Seychelles Doll?
Well, since the last time you were here, the desk, whatever papers you left the note and the task reports. Those are not on this desk anymore.
Okay. So I'll leave another note from Kylia this time, not from Seychelles Doll, and say, need to talk to you. Sorry about the desk. And I really need to get a hold of you. And so now it seems like, because he's going to notice the scratchings on the desk, it's going to seem like it's me that did it.
That's true. Is that your purpose?
Yes.
Okay, and you do have no intention of attempting to pick this lock?
No.
Okay. Where to now? Hellcrook, as you leave the keep on your way to Lehan's, kind of moving through the Denizen, I assume as usual you are going to go to the South End station and catch a wagon to Lehan's, or are you going to go on foot this time?
I typically like to keep money flowing in the business, so I would use a wagon.
And so as you're kind of moving through this kind of small, this really a brief section that you're walking through the Denizen from the keep to the South End station, at this time of the morning, you know, like moving on into the 10, 11 of the morning here after you've all waken up and kind of consumed the city's news outlets for the day. You know, the streets, they begin to fill up with the morning activity, mostly Capians starting their commute for the day, going off to run whatever errands they may have. You do see, though, however, like kind of an odd-looking pair out on the streets here, and they don't seem to be really bothering anybody, but it looks like they're kind of moving just door to door from resident to residence. They are two humans. There's a man and a woman. They're both kind of have like an over cloak, basically a brown plain cloak, kind of over the rest of their clothing. And the man appears to have a bit of a fairly severe hunch. But he appears to have some type of like clipboard in his hands with, you know, a quill, and this little board thing has like a ink reservoir at the top of it, right? That he's trying to keep level amidst his own, you know, difficulties walking and moving around with his hunchback. The woman doesn't appear to have anything in her hands. She also is hunchless. So hunchless and clipboardless is the two adjectives I would use to describe this woman right now. But you just see them again moving, you know, from house to house, kind of knocking on doors. They don't seem to get many answers. As again, most people are probably, you know, on their way to do whatever they would usually be doing on a Tuesday, on a Tunor afternoon or Tunor morning. But a few stops from you, they do finally seem to get an answer, and as you're observing them, you're basically kind of moving past them, and they seem to be just striking up a conversation with whomever answers this door. The guy with the hunchback clearly appears to be kind of writing some of this resident's answers as the woman is asking questions. But then you're kind of just on your way and free to catch a wagon if that is still the plan.
And so they were like not far from the keep, or were they closer to the South End station?
Probably closer to the South End station, but it does appear that they were moving in a direction that's kind of towards the keep. They're moving basically westward, while you're kind of moving eastward toward the station.
My sending stone goes to Rumpke, doesn't it?
I believe that it does, yes.
Okay. And right now, Opal is in the keep.
Yes, Opal is in the keep, presumably starting her experimentation process.
Do I think that kind of like jumping through backyards or taking roundabout side streets, I could make it to the keep? I mean, they're going door to door, so they're going to be moving very slowly. So yeah, I would like to double back to the keep and let Opal know what I saw.
So Opal, you know, you kind of see Hellcrook leave, and you're starting your experimentation. So, you know, with the moderate supply of stupor that Kylie has doled out to you, you know, you would have asked and received a dose for the first day of your experimentation, right? You have your planted pots. You have a currently deteriorating specimen, and I think after, of course, you've also grabbed all your belongings from Toggles and Sprockets, right? With your alchemist kits and all of your supplies related to this field of study here, I think it's safe to say that you're pretty well stocked up as far as materials and equipment go. So for this bout of experimentation, again, because of, you know, your actions you've taken acquiring stupor and caring and learning how to care for these flowers, I think we can waive your usual 50 gold pieces that you would spend to get the materials you need for the week. Perhaps as the process continues, you may need to spend a bit more if you determine that a particular, you know, ingredient might be needed or necessary for you. But you can officially start your experimentation here now. Again, you need 40 hours, so like a work week, and then you'll make an experimentation roll when we come to it. And again, I'm assuming you want to hire no additional help in this process.
No, yeah, I don't want anyone else but us, especially after the newspaper article.
That makes sense. And you're just kind of sitting down and you've just arranged all your things. I assume you're keeping the fire stoked for the flowers as well. Keep it pretty warm.
I'm very much mothering these little seeds.
Absolutely. Yes. And, Helkirk's gone for maybe 10 minutes before he comes back into the keep.
Opal,
Oh! Scare me.
Yeah, sorry.
Didn't you leave?
I did, but there's these two, kind of unusual looking folks going door to door. I think they're headed this direction. They seem to be just maybe asking questions to people. I don't know what they're up to. I don't really recognize them, but I think they're probably going to come by here.
Okay, so why is it unusual?
Well, I don't know. Seems a bit unusual to me, don't you think?
Are you gonna stay here then, or what should I do?
Well, I don't know. I'm curious what you think. I don't think I should be the person to open the door, because I'm not always all that great with strangers. But maybe I just stay here, and if you decide to open the door, I can be here in case they give you any hassle to, back you up.
I mean, we don't have to open the door.
That's true. I mean, I guess we gotta decide, if we open the door, we could figure out what they're up to, gain some more information, and maybe it has nothing to do with us, but, that paper came out that did a pretty good description of us.
How about I plan to not open the door, and I will just report back with what happens. I mean, so I don't have my hair, I don't look like the description of myself in some ways, but my whole family did help us move in, so, I'm not that hard to track, so, I don't know, I can just hide. I'm not gonna fight anybody. Did they look big? Did they look strong?
Oh, the one feller doesn't look like he'd do very good in a fight at all. He's pretty hunched over, really.
Oh, so old?
Awful bad back.
Was I able to get a very good look at their faces to tell, if they're young, old, middle-aged?
The hunched man, probably older than the woman by maybe a decade or two.
But not elderly?
No, not elderly, no. Clearly his hunch is more like either through the result of some injury, or he was born with his hunchback kind of thing.
Well, no, they weren't really old. They're relatively younger, but his back looked pretty messed up. So
okay, well that's pretty recognizable too. So
he was with a young lady, and she looked fairly normal. But yeah, I guess if they are looking for us, probably they're going to be able to talk to a neighbor who would point them to this house.
Okay, well you decide what you're going to do, but I'm fine with hiding and just not answering. I need to get back to my work.
Well, what if we could find out what they're doing if we answer the door?
Can you maybe not answer this door, please?
Well, I was hoping you would answer the door.
No.
Don't you want to know what they're up to?
2 people walking around door to door. That's it? With a hunchback.
The hunchback guy, he's got something to write on with a quill. So they're gathering information, or maybe they're trying to sell something, I don't know, but it seems suspicious.
It's only suspicious if they're looking for us, really. So
well, don't you think it'd be good to find out if they're looking for us?
Hello, you find out by answering, they find us. What do you...
I guess what I'm saying is, if they're looking for us, the neighbor's probably going to tell them anyway that they've seen people who match the description going in here, so they're going to know.
Okay, so you want to fight them? You want to open the door, and if they're looking for us, you want to fight them?
Not necessarily.
Then what are you expecting to happen from this interaction?
You hear a knock at the door.
Shh. Keep your voice down. Look,
I'm going to back away, and Helkirk can open it if he wants. I'm not opening this door.
Okay. Helkirk's going to see that Opal is not buying what he's selling.
I step back very quietly to not, creak the floorboards and...
If I were to kind of imagine what someone would see through our doorway, Is there any sort of incriminating things, like as far as Opal's plants? Are they directly visible from the doorway, or?
Well, just by the layout of the keep, the hearth is off to basically the immediate right of the front door. So, Opal, we didn't specify what level of the house you have the plants on. Your bedroom and Kalia's bedroom is on the top floor, obviously, with the gentleman on the bottom floor. So I'm not sure where you would have set up at which fireplace.
I was always picturing it being in my room.
Okay. There's no fireplace in your room. So your experimentation and all that stuff obviously can easily be in your bedroom.
For some reason, I thought this fireplace had several levels to it.
It does. So there's a fireplace on the basically duplicate level on the main floor, and then the bottom floor, that's kind of that half-sunk basement.
Oh, I didn't realize we didn't have one. Okay.
No, not in your individual bedroom. So you can very easily have set up, like, in the basement, though. Like, that would be probably the most nondescript, not on your main floor of the house, because you remember you have that set flight of stairs that leads up to the front door.
The issue is sunlight.
Yeah, sunlight could be potentially an issue down there, as it's, a half-sunken floor.
So then let's say that they are on the main floor, because second floor would be in Hellcruck or Rumpke's room, right?
Their bedrooms would be down there, yeah.
And I definitely remember saying I, put them in, sort of wrapped them up to stay warm, sort of, maybe a blanket.
Yeah, you have, made an enclosure, basically, hung a bunch of, fabrics and cloth.
I don't think it's, super obvious, but nothing I can do about it now if he opens his door.
And the front door has...
It swings to the right.
The door handle on the left hinges on the right.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Just to clear. I think we've discussed that before
yes,
on
these are
on
the particulars
the show.
in which we need.
So if they're looking in, they'd be looking to the left towards the bedrooms and away from the keep.
Away from the hearth, yes, okay.
I mean, you wouldn't build the front door any other way.
I
Logically.
agree. And so do the architects of Stormcave City.
Worst case scenario, Hellcrook can open the door and step out, I suppose, and then close the door behind him. Or, block the doorway. Not that Hellcrook's going to answer the door, of
So
course.
what are you doing? Have you gone silent here?
Hellcrook is going to answer the door. He thinks that if they're looking for us, they're going to figure out that we live here anyway, probably. Based on talking to the neighbors.
2 on 2, we can do this. He's hunched.
We're doing it. Hellcrook will reach for the doorknob, open it, and just, open it a crack so that basically, his head and part of his body is in the door to see who it is.
Yes, hello. Can I help you?
And you are now face to face with this youngish woman and the hunchbacked man. And he, again, still the man has, this little clipboard. You see there's a number of papers attached to it. He has kind of a quill in hand. And there's already a bunch of, kind of scribbles on this top page. Without, very obviously leaning over. It's not like you can read anything, but can clearly see that it's been used. And the woman, just a bright, beaming smile. Oh, hello, dear. Hello. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Kendra Slooseberry. This is my associate, Mr. Bull. We are just simply going door to door, trying to organize a neighborhood watch within the Denizen District. There's been a lot of spooky, terrifying things going on in Stormcape, and now they've come right to our doorstep here in the Denizen with the arsonists and the gang members. It's also very frightening. We simply, Mr. Bull and I wanted to do what we could for our beloved district here in the city. Would you be interested at all in helping out?
That's a great idea. It's nice to know that the neighborhood, the people who live here are interested in keeping the neighborhood safe, and I agree. Things seem to be out of hand recently. What exactly would be required of me?
Well, I simply need to just ask you a few questions. We can gauge your suitability, and hopefully we can pick up the slack where this awful city guard just refuses to do any gosh darn thing about it.
Oh, I see. Well, unfortunately, I am a quite a busy fellow. Work long hours and such, so I don't know how helpful I would be, but maybe. Do you have some sort of a contact information in case I could reach out to you if my situation changes?
Oh, well, yes, certainly. And you live alone? You're the only one of the household?
No. I share the house with with some friends. They're not in at the moment, but I mean, I suppose maybe one of them would be better suited. So I could certainly take your information and pass it on to them.
And you see, as you're answering, like Mr. Bull is kind of scribbling, and he like appears to be like wheezing, like slightly wheezing and sniffling, almost as if he's like winded going up that short flight of stairs to this kind of front stoop. And Kendra continues, "Oh, well, that would be absolutely lovely. So you work long hours then? Would you say that your home is usually occupied by somebody though?"
Well, we all have slightly different commitments and schedules, so we come and go a lot. But oftentimes there's someone here, I think.
Well, I mean, that's excellent news for potentially scheduling watch patrols. I mean, many people within the denizen share common schedules, such as yourself. I'm sorry, what was your name? And the names of those in your household that may be interested in joining our watch?
The newspaper article that came out, did it name us?
It names your aliases.
Okay, so my gut instinct that I just had to tell them our names were Delta, Lila, Jewel, and Axel would have been very bad.
Yes, yeah. I mean, also in that article that you just read, literally, a couple hours ago, it did mention this woman by name, Kendra Sluiceberry, organizing this watch, as reported by the junior lead investigative journalist at the Storm's Herald. And in that article, it did say that there is suspected by the Captain Drake Lakely, tentative relationship between this citizen watch and the peaceable patriots, and a connection in which that the City Guard is still taking very seriously, as they regard the peaceable patriots as suspect number one for the Founders Day parade bombings. So obviously, any association with that group that is being suspected of nefarious activity is going to be looked at potentially very closely by the City Guard.
Yeah. Okay.
Rumpke's name's in the paper.
That is a very good point. A quote from Frank, his roommate, did mention Rumpke's name, saying that he allegedly burned up in the arsonist fire at the housing condo that he shared with a number of other roommates. Very briefly, obviously. Like, almost mentioned in passing, but within this quote. So yes, with it in print.
Quite the predicament.
Now, just before we get on a first-name basis, I have a question or two of my own. I've heard that these peaceable patriots folks aren't looked on too kindly by some, maybe even thought to be responsible for some of the bad things that have been happening, and I also heard that there's perhaps an association between yourselves and them. Well, what can you tell me about that?
Oh, yes. I did see that article in today's issue of the Storm's Herald. I can assure you that we have no affiliation with the Peaceable Patriots, though I will say their remarks and position on the effectiveness of the City Guard is something that I personally share that belief in. I believe that our City Guard is not doing anything for this city, and therefore failing in their duties to every Capian that resides within Stormgate.
No, I suppose there's probably many of us who think perhaps the guards could do a better job. Why don't you can call me Fred, and let's say my roommate's name is Susie, and we'll just leave it at that for now. But I think I should maybe talk over your whole group here and your initiative with my roommate, and leave it to them to reach out and contact you, if that's okay.
Oh, well, Fred. So just you and Susie here then. You see Mr. Bull is just continuing to scribble down. Now, honestly, there's only a few more questions. If you could just indulge myself and Mr. Bull here just a little bit longer. I know you're busy, clearly. I certainly wouldn't want to take up any more of your time than completely necessary. But it's really only just for our preliminary records. Just because we go door to door doesn't mean we just let any old person sign up for our watch. I don't want to speak disparagingly of the denizen. I certainly love here and reside in this district myself. But not everybody here would be suitable to conduct a neighborhood watch, if you understand my meaning.
Oh, yes, of course, yes. Sure, I have a moment or two for a couple of your questions.
Opal, you were kind of hearing all of this go on in the background, or are you just kind of back to your experimentation? What are you doing?
I was potentially going to chime in if he said anything stupid, but so far it was okay.
Okay, so you're kind of like out of sight, 20, 30 feet away into the house, just listening to...
Yes.
So feel free to jump in whenever you feel that it may be necessary. Now, Fred, what would you say the occupation of your household members is? Part of our assessment, of course, is just to want to utilize any applicable skills that our potential members may have within the Neighborhood Watch. We want to put everybody to be as effective uses as possible here. So, what is your occupation, sir?
Well, I think, in a way, I'm a man of many talents. Some might call me a handyman. Others might call me a do-gooder. I do what I can to help various different people and businesses out. I can fix stuff and got a pretty strong back. Not to, I mean...
Mr. Bull raises an eyebrow as you say that.
I was like, if Opal's not visible, but there's like a cackling.
Maybe what I mean to say is, I'm in fairly good shape.
He shovels poop!
Oh!
Susie.
Susie? Are you home? I'm Kendra Sleuthsberry. This is my associate, Mr. Bull. She's like trying to yell past Hellcrug.
I'll like sheepishly get closer.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah, Susie, I think, similarly is a bit of a handy woman herself. She's does lots of different things to help folks out or help businesses out, and I don't know what exactly...
You're really not answering her question?
You'd call that profession, per se, but...
I'm an alchemist.
An alchemist, yeah, maybe that... Okay.
Specifically, yeah.
Well, that is wonderful. I believe both of your skills could very easily be utilized within the Neighborhood Watch. Now, tell me, does anybody in your household, again, so just you, the two of you then, do either of you have any past or present affiliations or encounters with any type of gang members or anything like that within the city? Now, I certainly am not one to judge a person's past. While it does mold us for our present and into our future, should not be our defining factor. So absolutely no judgments, and you certainly won't be disqualified if you've had any past interactions or affiliations with any type of these individuals. But if you did, it could very easily help us weed out potential members of these gangs, or figure out what they may, target next within our beloved district here. Would either of you have any type of information like that could be utilized?
No, I'm happy to say that both Susie and I keep our noses pretty clean. We stay away from unsavory folks. We being sort of self-employed, I guess, you have to be careful with who you do business with, because you never know, I guess.
So you're trying to collect, names and details of gang members? Is that what you're saying?
A list like that would certainly be helpful with the Neighborhood Watch. If we could identify these members just by sight, then we could easily report them to each other and make sure everyone within the denizen remains safe.
And you're sure you're not part of the Peaceful Patriots?
No. There's no affiliation with the Peaceful Patriots here. Now, I certainly wouldn't rule something like that out in the future. They do appear to have some amount of resources that may come in handy to a Neighborhood Watch here. But again, we don't have any intention of staging any types of protests against the founding families or anything in that regard. We simply just wish to keep the denizen safe from the bit of this riffraff and these hooligans that have started to move in here.
How come you didn't give the newspaper a quote? They said they reached out to you, so you could tell them you're not part of the Peaceful Patriots.
Well, do you believe everything that you read within the Storm's Herald? I prefer to do this, exactly what we're doing, a face-to-face interaction. I prefer to convey my sincerity through my words and my actions, rather than have someone else put it to print for you to read, over your morning breakfast. I think I lend more credence to my own words.
Can I roll for
Yeah, you want to roll an insight? Go for it.
Dirty 20.
Very good roll. There is definitely something off in her reply. While the words she's saying, like, they could make sense, but despite what she's saying, how she is saying, oh, I want to convey my sincerity, there is something very insincere about that statement.
Okay, is that all your questions?
No, just one last question. Now, what would each of you say is your favorite color?
Oh, that's a interesting question. What about you, Susie?
Well, Fred, you never answered.
You know, I guess I hadn't really thought about it much before. Maybe sort of like a bluish green, I guess.
Okay, excellent. And Susie?
I kind of like the color green and yellow, maybe a yellow-green, like when you really mix the tincture just right and it bubbles and it's like super colorful and fizzing and popping and bubbling and you're just like, oh, it's such a good color. The color of life.
Oh, well, so not pink then. Excellent. Well, she kind of like looks over to what Mr. Bull is writing down, and she like kind of motions for him. He lifts a page to reveal more writing. It does seem like bluish green yellow, in fact, is a very popular choice. We haven't quite settled upon our uniforms for the Neighborhood Watch. We definitely want to be able to recognize each other as we're out there, as we're getting dozens and dozens of potential people to sign on here. The watch is growing every day that we go to door here, so...
How many people do you have?
Oh, as I say, many, many, many people.
So like 24 or like 36 or like hundreds?
Hundreds. Hundreds not yet, but very soon I believe we will be 100 strong watching this fair district in our beloved city.
So what do you guys do on this watch? Do you just like watch, or do like we get weapons? Like, do we set traps? What are we doing?
Oh, well, if you have any expertise in that type of activity, I mean, perhaps, but simply to start, we just want to patrol the streets, make sure that those people that wish to do harm know that they are being watched, that we see them, and we will call out their behavior. We're just trying to shine a light upon every shadow within the denizen.
Right, but like if we're watching everybody, how do we know how will we know who the gang members are and who's not? And like, I don't know. What are we looking for? What kind of things are we looking for? The Trinity tattoos or something?
Well, that's a great suggestion. She kind of gives Mr. Bull a nudge, and Mr. Bull starts to scribble down things. That makes a lot of sense. Certainly, if anybody is trying to start a fire or hanging around a place that maybe they shouldn't be. I've spoken to the caretaker at the Borlo Orphanage, and apparently these Trinity have been rooting around up there for a number of weeks.
Oh, that's terrible. They need to stay away from those poor children.
Oh, so you mean the orphanage? Is it still Granny Nanny?
Oh, yes. She is a lovely, lovely woman. Have you had any of her mushed meat stew?
No, I've never met her myself, but Susie here tells me she's very nice.
It's really mushy. It's really good. She does a lot for this community. Yeah.
Yes. By all accounts, she does. I believe that's all the questions that I have, unless my associate has anything to add. And you see Mr. Bull kind of puts down his quill. What?
Are you okay, mister?
What are you cooking? He begins to like sniff the air. What? What are you cooking in there?
Stew?
And Kendra is like, well, I don't particularly. Just gives a sniff of her own. I don't particularly smell anything, but you know what? I would certainly love a glass of water. I'm very parched from walking these streets. Do you mind if we step inside and have a quick drink, and then we'll be on our way? Again, I know you're both very busy.
You know what? We actually, like I was saying, liking to help out whoever we can. We have something just for this occasion. You wait here for one moment.
And I'll like slam the door. And then I look
What
down
are you doing?
to Susie.
We can't let them in here, and I think that odd-looking man, I think he smells your flowers.
Well, yeah, because I'm not making stew.
I know, so, look, I'm gonna give him some water to go, and get him out of here before we get into any trouble.
I don't even know. Did we get glasses? Okay.
I would assume we would have like some sort of cups. Or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, you're fully stocked now after all the furniture and stuff has arrived. Absolutely.
I'll fill up a couple cups and come back to the door.
No, here you go. You take these to go. We pride ourselves in being able to help out those who are passing by, and we got tons and tons of cups. Don't need them back. Well, wouldn't want to keep you away from canvassing and the precious time spent gathering more to your cause. So it was great to meet you. And
as he's seeing them out by handing them the water, I would like to use my magical tinkering. So it's a feature that I have where I can imbue an item with one of these magical effects of my choice, and the property I want to choose is that the object continuously emits your choice of an odor or nonverbal sound. I want to make the door frame, like something close, smell like beef stew.
Okay.
And it is perceivable up to 10 feet away, or maybe something near me, so it like wafts towards them. And it says, yeah, so I can do that with up to 4 things. So yeah, it doesn't give it a time limit or anything. Some of my trinkets from Founders Day are now losing their magical
Yeah, so many
properties
of
in
them
order
have,
to emit this, but that's fine.
I mean, that was a month ago.
They got
at
a
this
few
point.
days. Yeah, they got some fun out of it. So now our front door always smells like stew.
Okay.
Maybe to like hide the smell of flowers or something.
That's an excellent thought. So Helkruk, you've handed these cups off to Kendra, and Mr. Bull will take one. Kendra has taken like a step, turned to leave, takes a step down. She drinks. Thank you very much for your time, both you,
Does she
both
smell
Fred
it?
and Susie. And she does kind of like, as she's drinking, lowers the cup from her lips, sniffs. You know, I smell that stew now. It smells great. Oh, I hate to impose any longer. I am quite famished from all this canvassing, as you say. Do you think we could step inside and have a quick bite of your delicious smelling stew?
It's not ready. I'm sorry.
we would love to, but this is one of my recipes, and it actually takes 3 days to be made, believe it or not.
Wow.
And we're only on day 1, so
Oh.
I couldn't. It's not. You might even get sick if you ate it this soon. So I apologize.
No, that's quite all right. Do you think I could pop in and use your facilities? This cup of water is running right through me.
Oh boy, you know what? Actually, it's broken right now. But
Oh, no.
I'm sure the next host will have one for you.
She has taken a step down, so she's a step lower than Mr. Bull here. And that bright beaming smile that she's had on her face this whole time, as she turns back to the door, it drops. And she just puts a hand on Mr. Bull's shoulder. Do it. And Mr. Bull will cast a thunder wave at Helkruk and the door. So Helkruk, could you make me Constitution saving throw, please?
Son of a gun. Told you, Susie, we shouldn't have talked to him.
I freaking told you not to open the door!
15.
Ooh, that is very good, but still, unfortunately, a fail.
Oh no.
You're going to take 11 thunder damage, and you're pushed 10 feet back from the threshold of the keep. The front door, nearly ripped from its hinges, it slams and swings back on them, smacking into the side, the wall to the the right of the hinges. You hear the crack and splintering of wood as it makes its impact. We can roll initiative.
To know oneself is to know true strength. Oh, excuse me, I didn't see you there. Don't mind the meditations of my mind. For now we must bid farewell. But fear not. The journey continues at incorrigibleparty.com. There's also a new World Anvil page to explore the world of Senta and all its wonders. These enchanting melodies you've heard come from tabletopaudio.com and Sarastro Music. Please accept my invitation to join our Discord server, and we shall forge bonds as strong as a tall oak, and share tales that echo throughout the halls. Lastly, I humbly beseech you, like, rate, review, and spread the word of our adventures across the realms. tell a friend, a comrade, or even a foe. And until we meet again, may your dice be blessed with fortune, and your cup filled with ale. Happy adventuring.
This has been a Sounds of Steel production.